Okay guys, welcome back to the Let's Play world, and thank you guys for all the positive feedback you left last time on things like the gym, and also the first part of this prison which we took a look at last time. So we left off in the cafeteria here, so we saw, some banners, some of the food we have in here, and now I'll just show you some of the rest of the prison. So in here we have showers, pretty basic showers, just water flowing down into a hole like that. There we go. And same thing with the other ones, of course. We have some things here. Soap, don't drop the soap. Yeah, you guys get it. You guys get it. No shivs in here. Any prisoner caught with shivs will spend a week in solitary. And this is just basically the other side of the visiting room, which I showed last episode. And again, with the phones, you can communicate back and forth with the person on the other side of the glass. So that's kind of what that's about. Also over here, I forgot to show this. So this is actually a master switch for all the cell doors. So if I flick this, you'll see every cell door will open automatically. And with the possible exception of, this solitary confinement door. And then if I flick the lever up, all the doors close. So that's the way that the wardens sort of, open and close all these at the same time if they have to take the prisoners to lunch or something like that. So that's what that is. We have the yard access right through this door. And out here we have a couple different things. So we have the weights in the prison yard right here. So pretty basic weight selection here, though there's no automatic breaking of the weights like there was before at the gym. Here we have a basketball hoop. Fairly standard basketball hoop. Kind of overgrown a little bit because it is a prison yard hoop. Of course, the giant spider is sort of causing a little bit of an issue for this prison yard here. But yeah, it's to be expected. We got some weights here, some bench press weights here in the prison yard. And then here we have, I think we said this was tic-tac-toe, I believe. And then this is chess or checkers here and here. And so the only way out of this prison yard is actually back through the prison itself, or you could climb, I guess, the spider leg if you're really ambitious. If you're a prisoner who wants to climb a giant spider's leg. But usually you have to use your password, which in this case is New England Clam Chowder, to get back. So you throw it at the door, hop your minecart underneath there, picks it up, and then you can just simply walk through. So I like this whole security system I got going here, and sort of a dual layer security system. And then this door just comes back to the visitation room, basically. So that is the prison in its entirety. Pretty proud of the prison build. I think it's one of my best builds, honestly, in this whole world. Same with the gym. And there you saw the security system, the metal detector. Alright, so now let's move on. Let's move on from the prison to the archery range. So down here is the archery range. This is the check-in area right down here. And yeah, we did have a thing that gave out 18 arrows for 1 food here, but the arrow mechanism has since broken due to a bug fix. But still, we got this little thing that gives out a minecart right here, and it says to the archery course. So we'll go ahead and check this out. So basically what we got here is an archery range. So these are individual archery modules. So if I go ahead and shoot this minecart, for instance, you'll see that the light comes on, and it should dispense the cart. I'm not sure why it didn't dispense the cart. Let's try this one. There we go. That's what should happen. I have to check out what's going on with this one. But yeah, basically, every time we shoot one of these carts, you hear the note blocks activate, and also the light comes on and the cart is redispensed. And then once you get all 5 of these lit up, like that, and then we got one more over here. This cart is on fire for some reason. There we go. Just like that. So we got all 5 lit up. We can now go on to the next section. This section, you have to either go over these fences here, or the fence gates, or not the fence gates, the iron bars. Or, once again, we have the non-burnable wood blocks here. So you can go either one of these 2 slots, basically. I'm gonna attempt this. I might die here, but there we go. And then one more. There we go. And then you're on to the next section. So here's the next one. We're missing a cart there for some reason, but basically works the same way. Once you get 5 carts down, you move on to the next section. I'm just gonna go ahead and just run it here real quick because the sun is starting to set. You climb over this wall, commando style, like this, and you jump down the other side. So it's sort of like an obstacle course / archery range. Over here we got a wheat field, and again, same thing. You have to shoot these carts. Some of these are now moving, by the way. So yeah, We got that going on in this section. Let's see, do I have a bed on me by any chance? No, I don't. Dang it. Alright, we'll have to find a bed real quick here. I might as well just go back to the gym and sleep. So, let's just make our way over here. Is there one here? Nope, there's not one here. Let's just sleep at the gym real quick, just so we don't have, you know, creepers coming at us when we're doing the archery range. But the next section is kind of a cool thing. It's a simulation of the end. And you can sort of see what I mean by that. We have big obsidian towers, and I actually went to the end, which you'll see later on in the world tour, and dug out all of the obsidian towers there prior to Minecraft 1.9. And that has some cool effects in the end, which you'll see eventually. But basically, once you get done with this section, you move on to the next section. So you have to shoot these carts. This has more lights as well than normal. And so you get all 5 of those lights up. Then you come down here. You cross over this dilapidated bridge right here. It's part of this path. Let's see if I can sprint across this. Maybe. Yeah, all right. It's kind of tough to do sometimes. But here is the end section. So this works sort of as you'd expect. You have to shoot the tops of the towers. And this is good practice if you're practicing, for instance, destroying end crystals. And you see there, it actually shoots out prime TNT when you hit the button on the side of the dispensers there. So I'll try and hit this one as well. Let's see if I can get this one. This one shouldn't be too difficult. It's much easier without a flame bow. There we go. Got it. There we go. So it sort of simulates the end and hitting the end crystals. This one is actually really hard. This one is almost almost impossible to hit from here. But that is sort of how I practiced for the 1.9 dragon fight. And yeah, it's kind of an interesting way to do it, I guess. Then we have the portion where we use the minecart. So we get in the minecart, hit the button, and we come on down here. And basically, as you ride along, you're supposed to hit these. There we go, got one of them. Supposed to hit these minecarts there. You'll see that as we ride through here, we got some stuff in here. I'll go back and show you that in a moment. But the minecart just basically comes down here, and you have to sort of account for your relative motion now. There we go. Of course, I'm a pro, what can I say? As I miss dramatically here. There we go. I did pretty good there, actually. So yeah, there was a couple things you might have missed there as we ran through. So this is supposed to be like an ancient Egypt theme, this last part. In case you didn't recognize, you know, there's pyramids around here. There's a big obelisk right here with gold on the top. And there's a giant sphinx here as well. But inside the sphinx, there's some cool things going on. So number one, we had the slime block launcher, which launched us out of the sphinx and then down onto this track to keep us going. We flew over this whole lake here. There's also some functionality down here. If right as you're going into this sphinx, when your cart goes across this, the eyes on the sphinx light up, as you saw right there. And then, of course, when it's not on there, the eyes go away, I believe. Yep, there we go. So, yeah, I'll show you that one more time. So, eyes are off. Eyes are on. It's kind of a neat little thing. The eyes light up on the sphinx itself and then turn off once they, after a brief delay. Then inside the sphinx, we also have some named wither skeletons with some lore and stuff. I can try to open this up, although I'm not sure how well this is going to go here. Let's just see. Yeah, Ramesses II, and there's some also like custom named items in here. I'm not going to go too much into it because these skeletons are kind of nasty. You'll notice that he's wearing a wither skeleton skull, but he's just a normal skeleton. So yeah, interesting thing there. And then same with this guy. This guy is wearing a wither skeleton head, although he's actually just a normal skeleton. So that is the archery range, I believe. And I think that's it for Zerzera. I'm pretty certain. I might have missed a few things, but I think I got most of it. Anyways, oh yeah, the final thing over here I want to show you guys. I haven't really shown this on video much, but we have worms over here. So this is worms in vanilla Minecraft. Yeah, beware of worms. Yeah, you can hear them moving around down there. They make some very odd sounds. And so what this is, if you guys have ever seen Tremors, that's sort of what I've tried to simulate here. So the tremors are like, you know, underground worms, giant worms that like eat people. And so that's sort of what I've simulated here. So we have named endermites under here, and they basically activate pressure plates, and there's pistons on top of the pressure plates. So that's how we get the movement, just random movement. And there was more initially, but I think somehow the endermites slowly die over time. But yeah, there you go. You see it moving. So yeah, I've decided I'm not really sure what to do with this. I think I maybe might want to make this into like some sort of park or, you know, preservation area. But I don't know. If you guys have any ideas, do let me know in the comments. And yeah, that is that area. Over here we have the charged creeper farm, as evidenced by this giant creeper with the lightning bolt striking it. The lightning bolt took quite a while to make. And I'm sure you guys have seen this. Those of you guys who have seen my Hermitcraft, you guys know all about the charged creeper farm. This is basically the same design, except it's not, there's no levers and pistons. So you actually have to break the block to get the creepers down. And I have to get some more creepers in there, obviously, because I'm missing quite a few. This thing is actually much more efficient than the Hermitcraft version, though, despite the Hermitcraft version being much larger. And that's due to multiplayer differences and also the fact that I have a weird chunk border here. So this is desert here and this is swamp here. So the fact that we have this thing almost entirely surrounded by desert with a little bit of swamp in the center focuses the lightning on this farm. So it's very much more efficient than the one on Hermitcraft. But yeah, you can see a bunch of named creepers down here. Creeper number 58 right there. Creeper number 59 right there. You get the idea. And then up here is my sort of watchtower area. This is where I come during thunderstorms to watch out over the farm and look for lightning strikes. And I can actually make this farm bigger now that they've fixed the rendering for the lightning. And then right here we have a thunderstorm detector. That's what this is. So you can see some redstone back here. This is actually a thunderstorm detector which can detect thunderstorms in non-weather biomes. So even if this was in the desert, I could still detect thunderstorms. And also rain. There's a version for rain I made as well. And there is a showcase for that on the channel if you guys are interested in checking out how that works. But it actually now works for more time than it did before. So it's actually improved since they changed how daylight sensors work. Just a quick little technical tidbit here. Here's the blast chamber. Looks like we're missing part of it right there for some reason. Why the heck is this missing? I don't even know. I'm going to go ahead and fix it though. Boom. Fixed. I hope. Looks like it. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I'll look into it. I think it is, though. And then, of course, this thing here, we just run up here, and this is how we get the mobs to fall in. Just this too wide gap here. I just do it manually by drawing creepers and skeletons and zombies over up this ramp and then drop them in over there. So that is the charged creeper farm. And let's see. Over here, I might as well just show you this real quick. This is not really much of anything. But this is a little jungle temple thing I made a long time ago. Got a little nice banner here, and just sort of like a little outpost here, where I used to, or I still do have a minecart line that is attached to that. So we'll get to that later on. But for now, I think that is basically all the stuff in Zerzera. There is a lot more planned in Zerzera as well. I just get on out here, you'll see there's a lot of empty space we still have to fill out. There's roads that I've built. So I manually built all these roads a long time ago. And yeah, the plan is to have this whole desert filled with buildings, similar to what we have over there. So there's still a ton more buildings planned, and I still am taking suggestions for what to put out here. But you can see we have the roads pretty much all built, but the buildings still have yet to come. We still have a lot of stuff to do here, guys. A lot of stuff. So, right, I'm going to go ahead and, yeah, just come over this way. Yeah, you can see, you know, more bridges over here. We got a couple different bridges leading to and from different locations. I'm just going to run across this one. Teleport over here with some ender pearls. And we'll move on to a different section of the world. Although we should probably check that out too, I guess. Yeah, that would be kind of interesting, I think. So we'll make our way back over here. This is just coming around the backside of Zerzera past the cinema. And there's some villagers and golems and everything like that, which you guys have already seen. But I don't think you guys have seen the little thing up here. This is not really much of anything either, but I just wanted to show it because I'm trying to do a complete world tour. So we're going to go ahead and teleport over the butcher's house with this pearl. Maybe? There we go. Oh yeah, I forgot I forgot this as well. So this is the abandoned house. Right here, you can hear the school. This is the spec of the school right here. Hear the bells going off the school. But this is the abandoned house. Yeah, been sort of abandoned for decades. Those of you guys who were at the live stream for this, remember when we blew this thing up? It's kind of a fun thing. And of course, Hero Brian lives here, guys. Hero Brian lives here in this abandoned house. And as you can expect, since it is abandoned, it is kind of dilapidated. It's fallen apart, fallen to pieces, basically. And that is the abandoned house. So that's that. Let's see. We'll get down here, across the top of the school. This is another station for a rail line, which we'll get to. We'll get to that in a moment. And I wanted to show you guys this. This is sort of like what I used to call this my secondary base, but it didn't really turn into much over time. So there's basically just this area here and just an area up here to look out over the world. Look at this view. Is that not a good view? That's a good view. That's awesome. Yeah. So that's basically all there is here. Just a little outpost, basically, is what it is. It's kind of unsightly, though. I'm thinking about tearing it down and putting something else here that would be really cool. Because this is actually pretty much at 0, so I think I might have an idea of what I want to put here, but we'll see. We'll see. Anyways, that is it for Zerzera. Now I think what we're going to do is we're going to head back to the base. So here is the base area over here. And what we're going to do is we're going to fly up to our mob spawner. So our mob spawner is right up here. So we'll just get on up here. There we go. Beautiful. See if we can get another. Well, we'll go underneath and then up. There we go. Cool. So we actually have two mob spawners here. One right here, which is the main one, and then one down here, which is a music disc farm. So the music disc farm produces records for us. Basically, you turn it on like this, and redstone happens up there, which turns it on, and then filter creepers. Once we get a skeleton down here, we filter out the creepers just by flicking this lever. And they're actually, I think there are still golems up there. Let's just get up here and check. And they're gone. They're gone. So, yeah, it's not really going to work too well right now because we can't really filter out the creepers with no golems up there. But basically what should happen once we have golems back up there is basically the creepers and all mobs that spawn in this farm come down this water stream, and the golems separate out the creepers from the skeletons and zombies that can spawn in there. And then basically the skeletons will shoot the creepers that end up right here. That's how it works. Right, so I'm going to go ahead and turn spawning off, although it didn't really seem to be working that well anyway. Here's all the records we got from this farm. And yeah, I should probably... It is a very slow farm, very slow spawn rates with that, I should say. But this farm, this is a whole nother story. This one is actually has huge spawn rates. We might see it here being harvested, perhaps, or maybe not. Looks like we got a guy who survived there in armor. Get out of here, guy. Get out of here, zombie. Stop it. Well, maybe not. Let's see. If we get down here, we should see a lot of stuff spawn here. See if I can hit this guy. Nah, I can't hit that guy. Apparently the golems here also died, which is interesting. But basically this uses water to push mobs off of packed ice blocks. And this is a design by Mumbo, I believe. Yeah, there we go. Yep, you can see all the mobs fall down. They all die with the occasional armored mob surviving. And then underneath a hopper minecart, which I think you saw earlier, goes back and forth, collects everything, drops it off over there, and then we have a sorting system. Yeah, here's the minecart. There it is. Speeding along, picking up the items. And it drops everything off over there and then goes into a sorting system below, which I'm going to actually just fly down to right now. So here's the inside of our mob farm. We can look up and see the mobs falling here. And then we have all the stuff going into these chests here. And this is actually somewhat full right now. Got our gunpowder, so it produces all these items here, including some extra stuff like armor and glowstone and stuff like that. Also got string, we got spider eyes, not too many of those, arrows, lots and lots and lots of arrows. Wow, so many arrows. And then also bones, which is nice. So this is the mob farm here, and yeah, you can see them all in there. Some spiders up there. Those guys will all eventually fall down after a brief period of time, and it just works automatically. It just goes. No need to kill the mobs yourself. Fall damage does everything for you. And we got some cool banners here as well. I like this. So we got spider banner, we got witch banner, we got skeleton banner, we got zombie banner, and I need a creeper banner up here, don't I? How about that? I need a creeper banner up here. We can get that, though. We can get that. So that is that. Let's fly back over here. I think that's pretty much it. Right, this... Maybe I should show you guys this. Yeah, I'll show you guys this next. So this is the part of the minecart system we have on the server. See some mobs falling down there. The minecart system on the server we have here is... Or not on the server. This is not a server. It's a single-player world. I'm thinking of Hermitcraft right now. Basically, this is a huge network of rails. Let me turn down the sounds here so it's not overbearing. But this goes back to our base. I'll just ride down this one real quick. So this is one of the more recent lines that I've added. And we got a nice view of Zerzera here. So this goes all the way down underneath of our base. And this has sort of like an automatic... It automatically kicks you out of the minecart once you reach the end here. And it also has a destination selector, an automatic minecart launcher, which I shall show you. So, yeah, you saw the minecart there. Kicked us out right here at the terminal. And it also put the minecart back into the dispenser here. I'm going to go ahead and put a few more in there. And then down here, this is actually underneath of our base. So I'll just run up here real quick and show you that this is actually close to the auto sorter, which you guys saw in episode 1. And then our house is actually right up here. So that's where we're at right now, basically. And so we have a couple different rail lines here. And these rail lines all go to different locations in the world. Some of them very, very far away. So let's pick one and go down it. Let's pick. This is the reset line, by the way. This is the mine shaft. This goes to where we just came from, the creeper farm, the mob farm. This goes to a village a very long way away. This goes to the end portal area. This goes to the jungle we were at with the charged creeper farm nearby. And this goes to the what is a zombie spawner in the northern part of the world. So that is sort of a brief explanation of where these all go. And let's start off with the mine shaft. Let's go there. So you see it automatically launches us, dispenses the cart and launches us, and sends us down the appropriate line right there. So a lot of stuff happens quite quickly there. I wish they'd fix this glitch where when you go around turns it sort of glitches out a little bit, but they haven't done it yet. I'm not sure why. It sort of like blacks out the screen or whatnot. So down here, this goes to our mine shaft. And once we get down to the end here, I'm going to go ahead and hop on out. So this is the mine shaft that I use right here. Basically what this is a whole series of tunnels that are 3 blocks tall and 150 blocks long. And I used to give out mine shafts to viewers with who gave me good ideas to have stuff to put in the world. So you see, some of you guys might actually see your name on here if you guys have been subscribed and watching my videos for a long time. And basically, for the best mine shafts, like for instance this one, I got a bunch of diamonds from this one or a bunch of other resources, and so I put a diamond block next to it. And we used to do like a points ranking thing, which are basically what you see on the side here, in terms of like these diamond leaders and diamonds mined, etc. So that is what that is. And this basically will show you how far it is down to the end. So this is a minecart launcher. You just press forward and it launches you automatically. And so this is all the mine shafts here. I think I counted them one time, and I think there was like close to 200 mine shafts, I'm pretty sure. Maybe a little less than that. Maybe like 130 or so. But it goes on for a ways. Definitely goes on for a ways. And then there's a second portion here where I invert the color scheme. Right here. So again, all these mine shafts are from different episodes throughout the series, throughout the Let's Play series. And then finally we get to the end here. And there we go. So this is pretty much the end right here. So there we go. That's it. That's the mine shaft right there. So let's go ahead and head on back now. And it does take a bit to travel to all these different places via minecart. This is actually like under the arena, by the way, in case you guys are wondering where this is at in the world. But it does take a little bit of time to travel via minecart, which is why I usually don't show this on camera. But I'll also show you where this is at. I'll walk up these steps here. You guys will see where we're at. We're actually quite close to the house here. It's not really too terribly far from the house. Usually I just walk here instead of taking the minecart. That's how close it is. And so we just come back to this. There we go. Come right into the station. This is a really nice, compact minecart launcher, by the way, in case you guys are needing one. But yeah, this is the staircase up, and then we're back into the Rainbow Ravine area with the redstone testing, and then the house is actually just right up here. So there we go. That is the house right there. So actually we're going to go into the house. And we're going to go ahead and head back down to the mine shaft area. Just use the ender pearl, get down quickly. There we go. And so we already went to this one. This is the mob farm here. This village is just a village that I expanded a while back. I'm not going to go to it, but it is, I made it quite significantly bigger, but just kept the same style as the regular village. So that's what that is. The end, let's go ahead and do the end now. It's a long way to the end, but I think it will be worth it for sure. So we'll get in here, and you'll see it takes us down a different minecart path. And so there are a couple of different things, interesting things down this path. Number one is the slime farm underneath our house, which I believe I've already showed. But it's the first stop. And you see I've sort of like added some things, like I added endstone here to the what would be the wood up there for the mine shaft. That's just to sort of give it a little bit of character there. So here we are at the slime farm. You guys have already seen this in previous episodes, so we're just going to press forward, go right on past that. And then this will go on for a little bit more time. By the way, guys, thanks so much for the great feedback on this world tour. I know a lot of you guys who have been with me for a while enjoy seeing all the old builds and everything like that. So I just want to say thank you for the support. And yeah, don't worry about it. This world's not going anywhere, guys. I don't really believe in starting over. Is why there's so much to show in this world. Because like I like going back and repairing things and continuing to build on the same world. I just don't get starting over from scratch because I tend to like the best designs, and I hope that at least some of this stuff is, you know, really, really good, and maybe the best even. Because the point of the world is to make the best designs, basically, to make an awesome world, and hopefully I'm starting that. So anyway, we have a skeleton spawner in here. This thing is actually a drive-through skeleton spawner, so if I sit here, eventually skeletons will make their way down, drop here, and then I can hit them with just my fist to kill them. And then this also turns on the lights in here, so we can disable or enable spawning. You see the lights are now on. We can, yeah, re-enable it by just hitting that lever. So kind of a cool thing. Kind of a cool thing. Kind of a cool thing. I love saying that for some reason. Anyway, we'll keep going down this rail line. As I said, it's quite a long rail line. This is about 800 blocks. And you will see why I've done it this way. Or why I've made the jumper, I should say, to not have to keep traveling down this rail line. in a moment, but we'll get to the end here. It's coming up in a little bit, another 10 seconds or so. Some of this stuff, some of the wood did burn down because of lava. Happened quite a while ago. But that is it. Okay, so we're just going to get to the end of the minecart track here. But we're almost out of time here. But I do want to show you the end portal area. So once we get down here to the end of the track, this is where it ends up, right here. No fancy, like, no fancy system at the end, no fancy station at the end here. But here is the end portal right here. So this area is actually going to be an area we're going to work on soon in the world. And you can see some crazy shenanigans going on with the map here. Like, what the heck is this giant square? What is going on here? Don't worry, I will show you guys that and a whole lot more next time. But for right now, I'm actually going to go ahead and just do this real quick. I will go to the end, and I will come back, and we'll be at our house, because I want to show you guys the jumper right now. So that's going to be all for me today, guys. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. This has been Cub. Goodbye.